And if a shorty ever hits you with, I done taken too many plan Bs, run. You're cooked, gang. You with the wrong shorty. After she swallowed that shit, make sure to block her, dog. I done taken 87 plan Bs in my life. All right, you good. This your last one from me, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Turn the air down, 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 yeah. Turn the city upside down, 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 down.
Cardi B just ruined Stefon Diggs' life forever.
Friends and things like that you are a married woman and pregnant by another man, and your last baby with your husband is not even a year old. It's a horrible look.
For a few months now, it's been speculated that Cardi B is pregnant. Of course, a lot of blogs have been saying that, but again, they're just gossip blogs. There was no truth to it.
Last time I ate White Castle, I was pregnant with my son. Boy, the way that I had diarrhea, I thought I was gonna shit my son out.
The last time you're pregnant, huh?
What?
Cardi B was eating a whole lot on her streams and just eating weird things. And people said, well, that's what happens when you're pregnant. But no sweat. I mean, she wasn't really showing as much. Then on August 27th, we saw Cardi B coming back from court. You know, she is in a civil case right now. And again, she looks very, very pregnant. And even when she...
I wouldn't say she looks pregnant. She kind of moving like she pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Cause, she didn't look that big. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, she don't look that big, but she moving like she pregnant, holding on to the side, walking like waddling a little bit. But who knows? Maybe her ankles could hurt from her heels. You know what I mean? You never know.
Very, very pregnant. And even when she was on live, she addressed it.
We're 30 weeks pregnant. No, you stupid fucking out of breath because I got asthma, not because of that fuck up. Always the be funny in this. I fucking...
Dang. Real in the cursing, shorty. What we got going on here? What we got going on here? She said she got asthma. She was tired from going down them 3 steps. But who knows? Maybe she just finished running a 5K in them heels. You know what I mean?
Fucking be funny in this bitch before you get fucking blocked. Now put your ass on a motherfucking pothole. Stupid ass comment. Don't put that shit on me.
Yo, Cardi B doing stuff like this made me think that she not all there in the head. Like, hey, yo.
Anyways.
Woo! Now here, Cardi B is roasting somebody that says she looks 38 weeks pregnant, and she's not 38 weeks pregnant because that would mean she'd be having a baby tomorrow.
Got it!
But definitely, Cardi B is pregnant. By Stefon Diggs.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's art! Now, Cardi B has all the support in the world, despite whatever she does. But not everybody agrees with Cardi B's decision to get pregnant by Stefon Diggs.
Cardi likes to put herself off as doing top tier shit. Really, she's been on some bottom barrel shit for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Getting pregnant while you're married, sleeping with Steph. I mean, even as a mother, how much do you really love your children? If you are out here dealing with a man like Stefon Diggs, this is who you want to be the stepdaddy to your children? A man that we all saw passing out drugs on a boat is who you're choosing to be the stepfather to your children if he will marry you?
No, this level of...
That's very factual. And I'm not gonna ashamed to say, I'll be the first one to say, Stefon Diggs was never marrying her. I don't think in any of the multiverses of this relationship right here that there is a scenario where Stefon Diggs decides to marry Cardi B. I don't see that ever happening. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Of accountability is interesting. Here you have a lady saying, Cardi B, you're still married, and not only are you pregnant, you're pregnant by a man who was on the boat with some ladies, giving them some drugs. And what's so funny, not only was he doing that, but Cardi B was on the boat with them too.
Got it!
But it gets more interesting.
Is that an ulcer or is she pregnant? Because to be pregnant by your boyfriend while you're still married is some next level whole work, okay?
I like how these are all black women. These are black women saying this. Because they're kind of like disappointed. They're like, bro, how can you, like, you really making shit look bad? You know what I mean? Like, really, we have to call you out because we don't want to be bunched in with you. And that's the truth, though. It's not good.
Like, and I don't care how much fucking money you have. That's some ghetto ass nasty work. But to be pregnant by your gay boyfriend while you still married? Now you on some shit, go and play in the yard with Lil.
She said gay boyfriend. Now they saying Stefon Diggs gay? Yo, what?
Nas X, okay?
Now this lady says that Cardi B's boyfriend is gay. But Stefon Diggs is also under some level of allegation from a former hairstylist that's saying that, hey, Stefon Diggs assaulted him. Now, if you know Stefon Diggs, he's very fashionable. Some people may call it metrosexual. And of course,
Metrosexual? What does that even mean?
there are allegations about his sexuality himself.
All I keep seeing is posts about the little Stefon Diggs boy, and I'm like, now does some of his mannerisms tickle my gaydar a little bit? Maybe. But why is it a thing? Like, why is it a big deal?
And while
The big deal would be that he assaulted the dude, not that he's gay. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if dude was gay. I wouldn't be surprised if most famous people were gay. You know what I mean? If most people had to get a thumb up their booty in order to make it, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. But yeah, it said he would have assaulted a dude. That's crazy. But also that he's gay, because you wouldn't expect him to be gay also. And he's dating Cardi B. I'm not gonna lie, him dating Cardi B probably adds on to the gay allegations a little bit. You know what I mean? Anywho,
this can't be proven about Stefon Diggs being gay, we definitely know that Stefon Diggs indeed is a ladies' man. He's known for pumping and dumping. Would you clap yourselves? Apparently, he does that very well. And this brings this whole conversation to something.
He does that very well is a crazy line to say. Horrible line to say. I be thinking in my head, like, you know, like Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, maybe Diddy wasn't always having freak-offs doing some weird-ass, you know, borderline homosexual shit, you know what I mean? So I be thinking, like, niggas get so desensitized to everything that they end up doing some borderline homosexual shit, and then they end up homosexual. You know what I mean? So hey, you need to know where to draw the line. There's been plenty of times I've seen dudes like talking and they're like, oh yeah, I get all the shorties, this and that, da 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 da. Yeah, I love when a shorty toss my salad. What? What'd you say? And niggas be acting like that shit okay, like that shit normal. You need to take a second, take a look into the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they post online saying the G-spot here, the G-spot there. There's certain lines you should never cross, gang. You know what I'm saying? They say heroin the best feeling in the world. It probably is. I'm not gonna do it though. So that's what I'm convinced that, like, you know, famous niggas be on type shit.
The Nels. First of all, Cardi B left Offset, who was cheating. That was the whole ordeal.
True.
Offset even admitted to it. He said, hey, it's how the game goes. I did it wrong, and so now I gotta face the consequences. And of course, if Cardi B wanted to do better for herself, then you would think that she would not get with a man like Offset. But in fact, she got with a man just like Offset, if not worse. But not only that, at least Offset married her. This person is unmarried to her. And that person is Stefon Diggs. You just had a baby last year, and now you're having a baby with another guy this year. It's not just that Stefon Diggs has Cardi B pregnant. It's this news that's actually the worst.
Just got word from a very credible source that there's a girl that he's been courting for quite some time.
He sent her Mother's Day gifts, sent her watches and shit on Valentine's Day and everything like that. But now she is now pregnant with babies. This is her. This is her Instagram. And so right now,
Is this the girl? Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? That is this that girl? Is this the girl? Cause it kind of looked like her from the other pic. Dang. Let me peep. This, I think that's her, bruh. You remember? Y'all remember? He's like, oh, I was talking about this model girl. Her name was something. This her, bro. That's crazy. It's kind of sick to me in my head how shorty just be getting passed around throughout the industry though. Like, why would I get with a girl that was with Drake? You know what I'm saying? Drake done made a song about a shorty. Why would I get with her? I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. There's billions of people on this earth. We need to do better for ourselves, kings. You know what I mean?
with babies. This is her. This is her Instagram. And so right now, he's got 3 babies on the way and just had one born like 3 months ago.
On June 16th, 2025, Tasha K reported that Stefon Diggs has another baby on the way, and he's still living in the same house as his other baby mama. Allegedly, this would be his 3rd kid this year, and that was in June.
Niggas can't wrap it up. You can't strap up. You can strap up, bro. You don't need to be doing all that, dog. Like, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? You about to give her 18 years for a nut? I don't think it's worth it, brother. I think it's better you strap it up or go to the store. All this money you got. Look, if I was famous as fuck doing dumbass shit and I knew I was doing dumbass shit, I was self-aware, conscious. Bro, I'm gonna have a drawer by my bed full of Plan Bs, my nigga. I'm gonna have a drawer by my bed full of Plan B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm having all the plans, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the D get over, like, yep, I tweaked. I do too much sometimes. I know that. I got a little thing for you. It's like this big, little Plan B. Go ahead and pop that. No, I don't want. Bruh, go ahead and pop the Plan B, bruh. Stop playing like you tweaking, bruh. And then she gonna pop it. You gotta make sure she open her mouth too. Like, put your tongue up. Yeah, you gotta look inside that bit like this. Drink this water too. Yep, alright, you good. You know what I'm saying? And if a shorty ever hits you with, I done taken too many Plan Bs, nigga, run. I don't want to take a Plan B. I done took too many. I don't know if it's gonna mess up my reproductive system or some random ish. You're cooked, gang. You with the wrong shorty. After she swallowed that shit, make sure to block her, dog. I done taken 87 Plan Bs in my life. Alright. You good. This your last one from me, at least. You know what I'm saying?
So if that was 3 kids on the way, this definitely makes 4. So then the question is, if you got tired of Offset cheating on you and doing bad by you,
you got with a worse cheating nigga,
then what is the point of having a baby by a man who also is still living in the same house as his other baby moms? He's probably not going to be a full-time father to your kid, and he's not going to raise the other kids that you have. And this is where the rubber meets the road. You see, a lot of the ladies out there were blaming Offset for basically being a bad husband, and this is what he gets to see, Stefon Diggs step in his place.
Bro, when Cardi B was with Stefon Diggs, shorties were like, yes, queen. Upgrade. Bro, come on, bro. Upgrade. At least Offset married your ass. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you had to know what was going on with Offset. You had to know. You probably got tired of it at some point, but you knew. And you let it slide for a while, if we gonna be honest. And you think you upgrading by going to Stefon Diggs? If this wasn't a train wreck waiting to happen, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? You went from Offset, somebody that is married to you, decided like, yo, I'm cool with spending the rest of my life with you. You know what I mean? And then you go to somebody else that is worse than him. What are we doing?
But just because Offset was a cheater and not a good husband, it doesn't validate the choice that Cardi B made. And the reason why Cardi B made the choice with Offset is very simple. Because Cardi B can't do any better than a guy like Offset or Stefon Diggs. If you didn't know, Cardi B has certain songs out there called, WAP. And if you listen to her music and what she talks about and how she presents herself, it's quite obvious that Cardi B only attracts a certain kind of man. All right. We all saw how she was going back and forth with Offset online, cussing him out on lives. And if a man that really wanted to deal with her, even if he was really attracted to her, I mean, it would be turned off if he was a guy that was kind of private because of how she was doing so much stuff just on the internet. It was already a turnoff. So the best that she could do was somebody like Stefon Diggs. And here's the worst part. Stefon Diggs is going to get a kid out of Cardi B, and he never had to marry her. Woo! This is kind of what my theory.
Is this a bone? Bro got a bone on his motherfucking ear, dog. She's cooked. You're cooked. This nigga a dog. Is it a bow? Bro, I think it's a bone. She cooked.
Theory is for a lot of successful dudes out there, and you split up with your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. What tends to happen is it could be your fault, right? Like why the relationship made a mistake. But just because it was your fault, it doesn't automatically mean that she's going to go to somebody that's greater or somebody better, because she still has to enter in the market. Just like somebody who got fired for no reason. You could have gotten fired from a really good job for no reason. And just because you got fired for no reason and got done wrong, it doesn't mean that you're going to go out to the open market and just get a better job. The market will come and get you if you're a great candidate. And we see this all the time for very talented people. We've seen it all the time with someone like Steve Jobs, who gets fired from Apple and then starts Pixar and then goes back to Apple. That's somebody who is actually valuable in the market. But Cardi B is not as valuable on the dating market as she is in the music industry. And remember, she was still having sex with Stefon Diggs when she was pregnant with Offset baby.
That's sick. That's nasty work.
And you're only doing that because you don't have any viable options. Cardi B, in my honest opinion, is a broken woman anyway. And so if you're broken as a lady, it doesn't really matter if you have a lot of money or not. It doesn't really matter if you have a lot of fame or not. You still just don't make very good decisions. And Cardi B just doesn't make good decisions.
Truth be told, that's sick. That's nasty work. I'm not gonna lie. That is nefarious work. But the best thing a woman can do in Cardi B's situation, just going through a divorce, she got cheated on, she probably doesn't feel as valuable as she probably is, and this and that. You're in a very bad place to choose another partner, right? Because that's how you end up with Stefon Diggs. You know what I mean? And you're like, you are going to be my boyfriend because I was just married. Okay. And now he's your boyfriend and he's still doing whatever the hell he wants. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Your best bet is to sit down, take some time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you don't need to get banged out like every 3 months, every 2 months by a different dude, bro. Like, what you can do is sit down for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year. And you doing that would add so much more value to you. Because it'll be like, no, I'm not just jumping on the next meat that comes around. You know what I mean? And after that happens, your value will actually go up over anything. You may feel like you're more valuable because you jumped on to the next dude and it's like, oh, look how quick I could replace you. It's not really how it works for women. For men, it's a little different. You get in with the next shorty and like she bad and stuff. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the ball is still in your court because you decide if you want to make that girl your girlfriend. You decide if you want to marry that girl. You know what I mean? So it's a different factor because Cardi B has no power over Stefon Diggs marrying her. You know what I mean? Ultimately, kinda, a little bit.
And so now she's back to exactly where she started from. She's just doing it with a different man. She got rid of Offset, but she didn't get rid of her bad dating choices and her low value in men. And the reason why she keeps attracting low value in men is because Cardi B exhibits low value behavior in herself. And you can blame anybody else you want as to why you have these sorts of folks in your life. But if you are not elevating, the people around you won't elevate. And
yeah, and when he's saying low value, like, man, like Stefon Diggs got bread. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, he's valuable. But there's different facets to value, right? There's money, which is really up there. That shit kind of at the top, high key. There's money, looks, you know, the way they think, the person that they are, you know, and the way he thinks, the way he is, he's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a 10 in money, a 10 in good looks, and then a 0 in cheating. What, that's 20 out of 30. I don't know the mathematics, but that ain't the best. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like different things at different value. And Cardi B, she got the money. You know, she got the looks. The looks are up there. I wouldn't say Cardi B is the most beautiful girl in the world. If Cardi B had no bread, she would be a 7.5. No bread, no BBL, no fake titties. She'll probably be like a 6. And maybe not a 6, maybe like a 6.5. You know what I'm saying? With everything, I'll say maybe like a 7.5 type ish. But without all that, you know what I mean? And then when it comes to your mindset too, your shit also down there. You banging another dude while you still pregnant? You just as bad as Stefon Diggs. Y'all in the same boat. You a dog too. You might as well go ahead and get the dog bone earrings too, dog. You know what I'm saying?
this is the sad and tragic story of many ladies out there like Cardi B, many ladies out there who are successful, many ladies out there who are beautiful. Just because somebody is beautiful and is rich and they have a lot of money and opportunity, it doesn't mean they have romantic opportunities, because typically romantic opportunities for women are not based on how much money you have. Typically, most women that have a whole lot of money, a whole lot of opportunity, will for sure almost date men who have less than them. Now, Cardi B does have a lot of money, but Stefon Diggs is, probably makes less money than she does. And it's not going to be a long-term relationship. It'll be a short-term relationship. She'll have 3 kids by Offset, 1 kid by Stefon Diggs, and then the next guy she'll be dating might even be broker than me. And the cycle will continue and continue and continue until it keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
I could see, this is like, look at this picture. Like, I can definitely see like Cardi B in the future. And if she not married, it's bad, bro. I feel like it's bad. I feel like it's gonna be bad, because you done had a lot of surgery. I can see it. You know what I mean? When that shit starts wearing off and you not married, even if you were still married to Offset, he cheating on you, by the time y'all hit, 40, 50, he gonna stop cheating eventually, I guess. I don't fucking know. But it's like, you gonna want to hurry up and lock something down forever very soon. I think Cardi B probably got a good 10 more years left in her before shit start looking a little sideways. You know what I mean?
We've seen this with certain people like Amber Rose. We've seen this with Keisha Cole. I mean, mistakes just keep compounding and compounding, and then you wonder why they keep making worse and worse mistakes. Is because they've never learned. And when you never learn how to actually be valuable in the dating market, you keep getting with people who are less valuable. And it only happens because you don't realize that in the dating market, you're less valuable. So what am I trying to say? If you don't really value what somebody of value wants, then you don't get valuable things in return.
Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that other shit. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.